Good evening, sir. I am Ajay
Very
Tomar
good evening.
from South First Media, and it's a pleasure to have you with us. Today, we have Mr. Sarat Marpu with us from Human Rights Forum of Andhra Pradesh. It is a non governmental organization, and Mr. Marpu looks after the issues concerned in Visakhapatnam city. Today, we'll be speaking about Tuesday evening suspected gas leak incident at the Brandix Intimate India Private Limited in Visakhapatnam. This incident left as many as 121 women workers of the factory hospitalized. And this is the second such incident in 2 months at the same unit of Brandix. It is a garment factory. Sir, AP IT Minister yesterday, Mr. Gudivada Amarnath, he told me and cited the reason as pesticide fumigation, due to which gas leaked through the ACs, and he cited this as the reason for incident when I talked to him. So I would like to ask you that please tell me about the everyday situation in your experience in the industrial areas of Visakhapatnam, like how workers stay there, what challenges do they face from their perspective, from the perspective of workers.
Yes, very good evening, Mr. Ajay. Actually, nowadays the Visakhapatnam becomes the hub for the accidents, industrial accidents. And what the pity thing is, the officials, neither the district collector, nor the industrial minister, nor the pollution control board, nor the inspector of factories. Nobody knows the reason for the gas leak and what gas it was. What the gas it was also they don't know. For that they have constructed a committee, and without the before the results, they have opened the company again, and the accident was taken place. So in this accident, the women, main the workers in that particular organization are women. It's a garment company, apparels they will prepare. They were affected nearly 300 and odd, but the reports were only for 2,200. Unfortunately, there is no fatals. And on April 13th of this year, there is an accident in Porous Labs. Nearly six
Yes, sir.
people were casualties, six, and so many
Yes.
casualties, so many
So,
got
sir,
injured.
what are the daily challenges that I'll come to that question later on what you're speaking, but what are the daily challenges? Like yesterday, you were telling me that they have to travel every day, lot for
Yes,
hospital,
yes.
and they don't have basic facilities. So, please tell something about that.
Actually, there is a demand. The people are asking, like burns unit and one super specialty hospital in Gazuwaka, but the government is not sanctioning. And the ESI hospital, what is existing nearby Gazuwaka, was also shifted to city. So entire the industries, most of the industries were located in and around Gazuwaka, but the concerned hospitals are very far. And one more thing, the whatever just like Brandix seeds company and this forest lab, these are all located in pharmacity. And in the pharmacity, there is no specific medical aid. There is no gas
Right.
rescue center. There is no even a first aid center. There is
Right.
no doctor. It is very pity thing that there is no doctor. For a simple MBBS doctor, they have to go around 15 kilometers nearby. And there is one clinic in Achutapuram Junction that is called some Pavan Sai Clinic. It's a private hospital. Only one doctor was there, and 4 or 5 beds are there. It's not a big hospital. Such an accident, if takes place, so people has to go to Anakapalli or to Visakhapatnam city, and it is nearly 20 to 50 kilometers distance they have to travel. In the meanwhile, so many are happening. So our demand is to allocate a super specialty hospital in Gazuwaka. And one more thing, in the pharmacity, if any fire accident takes place, there is no rescue. That means for that chemical fire, not we cannot stop the fire with the ordinary water. It needs
Hmm.
some special chemicals, just like foam, fogging.
Right. Right.
like that type of fire engines also, the fire safety precautions also not there. There is no such availability. Just a couple of years back or 3-4 years back, there was an accident in Duvada Sedge. So it is getting days together. Day together it was blasted. There is no people are not having any fire engines, any equipment, any chemical to stop the blast. So for that we have called from the other country people was came and they have controlled the fire. That is the situation in Visakhapatnam. A very pathetic situation regarding industrial safety in
Yes, sir.
industrial area, Visakhapatnam industrial.
So, sir, are there any regular inspections or checkings by authorities to ensure the workers' safety or to ensure the companies are following right protocols on regular
It's a
basis?
very good question actually, but there is no such surveys, official surveys were there. Actually, there is a protocol for these hazardous gases and hazardous workplaces. They have to conduct a survey. They have to certify I think it is twice in the year, I think. They have to conduct one survey. After that, they have to certify that a particular equipment. But this survey is being done by the private agencies, outsourcing agencies, it means. So nowadays, how the outsourcing agencies are working, we know. And there is no sufficient manpower in the industrial department. That's what we call the inspector of factories. I think there
Right.
are only 3-4 persons were there, and they have to look over the 1,000 industries were there in and around small industries, big industries like that. But only 3-4 people were there. And in the pollution control board also, they have already provided some vehicle and all. But in
Right.
that vehicle also, that gas was not sensed. The sensors are not working.
Okay. So, sir, the minister, he told me that like past, even the strict action will be taken against the owners of this Brandix company. So, from your experience and connecting it to the past June incident this year, and then the LG Polymers gas leak incident in 2020. So, do you think that strict actions were taken in those past incidents so that in this incident also it will be taken?
There are two things. One, the people are not having or to prevent the accidents. One thing. And another thing, after that accident also, the people were not yet being given compensation. What the officials also not given to the people.
Sir, beg your pardon. Your connection was breaking. Can you please repeat? Sorry.
There is no proper and there is no proper taken from the polymers incident. After LG polymers, there have been, and for this compensation also, those who have died expired on that only given the. So beyond after that incident, of within 2-3 days, there are another 2-3 persons were expired, and they have not given the compensation. Here also in this porous company or this seeds company, government is announcing. One more thing, this seeds company has been closed. Yesterday, the chief minister was instructed to close the
Yes.
company till the further instruction.
Right.
Committee reports what they are submitting is not being revealed to the people. It is not being given in the press or anywhere. It becomes a report, it seems. Whatever it may be in HPCL, Visakhapatnam steel plant, wherever it may be, the committees are not given to the public. For RTI, we have applied RTI, then also we are not getting some suitable answers.
Minister was telling me that after the June incident this year, the workers were paid extra month's salary. And even now they are considering something like that. So what is it about that?
But people are telling we have not given any compensation. Maybe they have given 1 month's salary. But now also the company was locked out. Company was
Right.
seized for some time till the what we call till the reports have come. But they have not announced any salary. What about that? There are nearly 1,600 or 1,700 people are working in that company. But what about their salaries? What about their livelihood? Government has not announced anything regarding that. They have simply told that the company will be closed till further instructions. But what about the 1700 pupils future? We don't know. That government has to give clarity.
Sir, I was reading that the porous labs they were closed after the incident, but they were resumed. The activities resumed after a few months without any any solid inquiry or anything
Actually,
concrete.
there are controversial statements. The reality we don't know why that gas leak. But the earlier I'm telling the same. The pity things here happening. 24 in the last time gas release case. After 24 hours, the minister or the district collector or the pollution control board, nobody knows what is the gas and how it was leaked. Today
Yes.
also, they are telling that that gas is some R90, 290, R290. That is that will be used in this air conditioning. Air
Right.
conditions, that gas will be used. But it is not such poisonous. R220 gas is somewhat it is eco-friendly gas. They are telling the manufacturers of R220, 290 gas. They are telling that it is eco-friendly gas. Then how this hazardous situation friendly gas? So that means the gas it is not the frozen gas. That gas used for this air conditioning. It is something else that they are not revealing, and they are not able to know after 24 hours. How can we know that gas become diluted? How we can know that this is the
Right,
gas
sir.
currently?
So, sir, these companies who operates and they employ workers, I think you mentioned yesterday there are some around 60,000 workers, right, in the industrial area?
Total 60,000 workers.
Yes, and these companies they provide them insurance or anything like that. They cover them.
Yes, they are providing insurance, but that is also one of the reasons. If any accident happens, the victims are being sent to the concerned hospitals. Those the insurance companies recognized hospitals for only they are sending. In the
Yes, sir.
meanwhile, it is taking very distance. It is nearly 50 kilometers distance. They are taking to that hospitals. In the meanwhile, some bad situations were being happened.
They take to
That is
the
the
hospitals in which their insurance is covered.
yes, where that insurance will be claimed for that hospitals only they are taking.
Right. Sir, what do you think? My next question is, what do you think should be the government's entire holistic approach in order to ensure a better work environment for these industrial and factory workers in Visakhapatnam,
First,
so that
first
such
thing,
incidents don't happen again?
there must be a very close surveillance must be there. They should provide gas indicators. If any gas leakage was there, some indicators were available in the market. They have to provide such indicators, and continuously gas monitoring vans will be there. Those vans has to be, and that should not be in the private sector. Those should be controlled by the pollution controlled or inspector of factories. If again it is handed over to the private industries or Ranco or something else, again this manipulations or what we call malpractices will be happening. It should be controlled by the government, and there should be 3 stages of inspection should be there.
Right. The three
And one more
stages.
thing, 3 stages means controlled by the government and another state government, central government, state government, local bodies. 3 stage uh, supervision must be there. And one more thing, one hospital should be opened near the pharmacy. There is no hospital. 60,000 people are working. There is no even first aid center is not there. Gas rescue center is not there. Oxygen masks were not there. Oxygen cylinders were not there. How people will be rescued? Entire organizations are working with hazardous gases.
Right.
So if any gas leakage, fortunately it is affecting 200 and 300 people. But if it happens in the night time, the whole city has to pay.
The emergency response will be very slow, I think.
Emergency response must be there, and proper fire equipment were also not there. That has to be provided. And if any fire accident happens, they are seeing towards Visakhapatnam steel plant or HPCL people sending fire engines. There is only one fire engine was there with 1 or 2 firemen. That is not sufficient.
You mentioned some sort of indicators in the beginning of your answers.
Yes, gas indicator must be there in any. Not only that, and earlier in the last where people were injured, the gas is not leakage from that industry. The side industry from the ancient side industry, that gas was released
in June.
So like right? That. Every industry, whether it is working with gas or not, there should be a gas indicators, and it should be worked properly. It should be that indicators has to be changed regularly, and it should be inspected. It should be monitored.
Sir, yesterday,
by the state authorities, it should be done.
You were right. Yesterday, you were mentioning that the gap between two industries is also very minimal.
Yes, there is a common compound. Well, for some industries, there is common compound. It is not correct. There should be certain. There are certain what we call rules and regulations, protocols were there. So many industries, they are not following the protocols. And one more thing, some of the industries having permission for 2 units, but they are running some 6, 7, 5 like that. But if any accident happens in the unrecognized, unauthorized these units, and insurance also, they are not getting. Because there's insurance people telling that it is unauthorized insurance, unauthorized unit, how can we claim? That is
so these unauthorized units are running without the permission of government.
Without permission. They have taken permission to run 2 units and they are running 4 units.
And there are no checks or inspections by government to...
Nothing. Particularly during Corona period, nobody has gone and no checks were there. And in some industries, some equipment has been stopped for 2 years. And now they have opened. And all the walls, relevant walls and all were rusted. And some walls have been, for every wall there is certain life. Particularly in these hazardous areas, if the valve works properly, but it should be changed. After it's like that, they have not done. Because of that, some leakages may take. For gas, one micron leakage is enough to spoil the entire environment.
So some of the equipments are also outdated.
Yes, it should be changed as per the expiry date, not for the. It may work, but it should not be hold for till it foul.
Sir, my last question is that are there any do workers have a say in demanding maintenance of their safety as standards? Do they have any worker unions which protest or strike for their rights and demands, or how are they represented? Who represents them?
That is very unfortunate, sir. Actually, nowadays the people is thinking that safety means simply wearing a wearing a helmet, safety helmet, wearing issue. But it is not only the safety; it is a personal safety, PPE, personal protective equipment. But the safety in the valves properly, they have to check the concerned equipment properly, they have to check the leakage, they have to check the weld joints, they have to check so many things. That protocols they are not following.
I am asking, do these workers have any worker unions who demand for their rights or represent any leaders?
There is no, there are certain unions, something CITU, AITC, like that, some unions were there, but there in this pharmacities, they are not taking the local people. For getting a job to the local people, they have to submit a certificate that they are not a local person. For if the local persons were there, they are supposed to make unions and all. That's why they are not giving the jobs to the local people. So there are unions there, but it is not so strong.
So you are saying that most of the workers are migrants from other parts of India?
Workers are migrants. They are migrants from Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Bihar,
Right,
tribal people also there, they are not paying sufficient wages and all. There are a lot of things
right,
were there, but it is not related to the accidents actually.
right, right. But yeah, in a way, that sort of exploitation is also going on.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, sir. We are very pleased to
Thank you
have
very
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for talking to South First and
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
giving us time. We'll be
Thank you
staying
very
in
much.
touch. Thank you.
Thank,
So
thank
this
you.
was
Thank you.
Mr. Sarat with us, and he spoke about the Vizag gas incident leak. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.